Hey, Tony Gassens here. Now, please forgive me because FIFA is on right now. France playing Morocco. So if I just happen to glance up, please forgive me. But I want to talk to you about this because this is something that I have figured it out the hard way, and just seeing the benefits and the results of just every area of life going right and getting better. So being able to be married and stay married, going on 20 years of marriage, being a father to my sons who come from my wife, and only having those two boys with that one woman who we are in the home together, the four of us, and being able to start businesses and earn millions of dollars and reach millions of people. Just every aspect of life has become amazing, all because of the mindset shifts that I had to make as a man. And the number one shift that I would point out is to stop being a victim. I come from the South, from Polk County, Florida. So we would blame the white man. Ku Klux Klan came to my middle school. Every white person I ever met growing up was racist or prejudiced. And so we would blame the white man. We would hate the white man, and all of our problems and everything was because of the white man. And rightfully so. We literally could say that. We were everything: gentrified, Jim Crowed, redlined, outlined, discriminated against. It was bad. And I'm 42. So imagine what the people, my parents, who is 62 and 63, could feel. Imagine what my grandma, could feel, who was born in 1925 from Selma, Alabama, and then moved to Central Florida, which was almost just as bad. So when I stopped blaming the white man, that was the first thing. Stop being a victim. And it don't have to be, if you're another race, it might be somebody else you blaming. You might be blaming the government. We typically, as men, we're gonna blame another race, or we're gonna blame the government, or we're gonna blame our parent or parents, or we're gonna blame women. You got to stop being a victim. It's nobody's fault. Once you cross 18, every choice you make, it counts. It's on you. You are 100% responsible. That's what you got to realize. The next mindset shift that I had to make is I had to learn how to be a man in the dark. I had to learn how to be pure when nobody is looking. I had to take control of my vices. So for me, it was womanizing. I'll be trying to sleep with a different woman every week. I remember being a teenage man. I probably was 19. And I remember I had this day in Central Florida. I was back home, and I had slept with 3 women in a 24-hour period. And I just remember riding from one woman to the next woman. And I was like, man, hold on. It's only been 24 hours. Like, it's inside of 24 hours, I was able to hit these ex-girlfriends' houses and knock them down. And I was like, what in the world? Because I was broke. I was a college student, college football player. So the girls thought I was going NFL. They ain't know. And I had to control that vice. It was other friends who they couldn't get women like that, but their vice was marijuana, or their vice was alcohol. And then really wasn't gambling because ain't nobody had no money to gamble. But then now grown men who got money is gambling. And you have to control that vice. You got to learn how to win. Win in the dark. Win when nobody looking. You got to be able to win. And that's one thing I had to learn. And I remember just trying to find ways I could develop discipline. And so even when I was in the streets selling weed, I never once smoked it. Never, I don't know how to roll a blunt. Never rolled no blunt, never smoked weed, never took a puff. Not even one puff, not one hit ever. And that was me teaching myself a little bit of discipline. When I didn't taste alcohol until the age of 22. So I always was seeking some type of discipline. And then when it all the way clicked to where I was able to look and see, okay, what's beneficial, what's advantageous in my life, and what's disadvantageous in my life. And now let me remove what I need to remove and let me add what I need to add. When I was able to do that fully, it unlocked everything. It unlocked everything. The next thing that I had to do was in relation to women. And that comes down to my wife. I had to stop competing with my woman. And what I mean by that is my mentality that God gave me is crazy. I'm going to tell you what the mentality is. And I'm going to try to explain this to you. The mentality is that I am a warrior. And it is my job to go into battle, to go into war, to be a front liner, to protect the women and the children, and to enlarge my territory. But when I come home from battle, I cannot take my pain and my trauma and my war stories out on my woman or my children. My job is to be the protector and the provider and the peace. I wage war against the enemy to provide peace in my home. I do not argue with women or children. I do not compete with women or children. I do not abuse, take advantage of, disrespect, misuse women or children. The women and the children are my responsibility to protect and to provide for. Point blank, period. Nothing less. That's my job. So, with that being the mindset, with that being the case, that being the situation, when I can effectively operate in that space, it's life changing. It is absolutely life changing because now my wife could be at peace. My kids could be at peace. And it took a while. It took a while to get there. It did not happen overnight. It was not something to where I just was able to do it. Like I had to learn how to communicate with my son, my oldest son, from a place of love, not from a place of anger, not from a place of frustration, not from a place of self-hate. I had to learn that it's not my job to break him. It's my job to teach him. It's my job to build him. And that my words should never hurt him. That the only thing that should hurt him is the truth, but even the truth should be delivered in love. And I didn't always do that. And I had to learn that same lesson with my wife. I had to learn that I could speak truth to her, but it needs to come from a place of love. And that I need to be gentle. And I never forget, I read a quote that says, a man's strength is his gentleness. Man. When you think about that, how is your strength your gentleness? That's crazy. A man's strength is his gentleness. That thing messed me up. That thing rocked my world right there. And that's what I had to learn. The other thing I had to learn, which go hands in hand, is no excuses. I had to stop making excuses for myself. The other thing I had to do is I had to stop feeling sorry for myself. Had to pick my head up. Say, regardless of what I done went through, regardless of what done happened to me, can't feel sorry for myself. And in this shift, the mindset changed. The mindset becomes, I can do all things. The mindset becomes, it's me, it's my time. The mindset becomes, I'm above the fray. Like I'm above the disrespect, the disconnect. Like right now, it like this right now. I don't know it'll be next week because you got to get up and go to war every day. Like right now, I take pride in my woman's nervous system being regulated. Like I take pride at her being at peace. Like I take pride in her not have to worry about when I'm gonna start another argument. I take pride in her not having to be in angst, anxiety, worried about nothing. Like I take pride in it. I take pride in providing and surprising her. Like right now, I might send her some money right now. And I take pride in that. Hey, boom, here go this right here. Go get you this right here. Like sometimes I see something on a woman, and I'm like, man, that'll look good on my wife. I say, hey, baby, just seen these white parachute pants. It's like some white parachute pants. I asked the lady where she got them from. She said, Aloe. She Googled it, Google the image. And it's a beauty about a good wife. She ain't jealous, she ain't insecure. So she ain't like, why you asking another one what she got on? She don't say that. She be like, is these it? Send me the picture. Yep, those it. Order those. Boom, $120, 100 and whatever. Just out the blue for nothing gift. You know, coming home with my son. We coming back in the airport, coming from Toronto, Canada. One of my clients play on team, Canada national team. And we come home from Toronto, walking through the little duty free, got my wife some perfume. Perfume probably $200, $220, $280. I can't remember, but it was over 200. And it was for nothing gift. And it's like, as I'm going to do it, my mind saying, man, she don't deserve nothing like that. Like, why you gonna spend $200? Like, you already pay all the bills. She ain't doing nothing but sitting at home. She ain't got to go punch nobody clock. All the women who follow you got to work. Your wife ain't punching nobody clock. Your wife sitting at home doing nothing. Your wife is a Pilates princess. Hey, why you got to give her for nothing gifts? That's what the adversary's trying to say to me. That's what the red pill say. Don't it? Don't it? You a man watching this? Don't it? That's what the red pill community will tell you. If you go to work and you bust your butt and you pay all the bills, that's all she needs. She need to be happy. She don't need no spending money. She don't need no for nothing gifts. She need to know who you are. She need to know what you are. She need to know that you got options. She need to know that she not the only one. She need to know that you a high value man, and you can't expect high value men to be faithful. That's what she need to know. And that's what it's gonna be. And so that's the mindset. And I done had that mindset. I done thought about that, man. I'm already doing enough, man. I'm doing enough, man. I ain't got to do nothing, man. Man, no, man. I shouldn't have to do this. I shouldn't have to do that, man. No. This and that, this and that. And so, y'all forgive me. He about to take a penalty kick, Mbappe. About to take this penalty kick. But I had to shift that mindset. Had to make something different. Had to be different. Had to do different. Had to get to the place to where I stopped competing with my woman. And it led me to write a quote. And you can see the whole quote if you start this Google. If you Google when a man realizes a woman is his teammate and not his opponent. Tony Gaskins quote. That whole quote will come up. And I wrote that probably over a decade ago. Because I realized, although it's hard, although it's a struggle, I did write that. Ooh, the goal got saved. He did the stutter step and missed the goal. Oh my goodness, Mbappe, boy. Woo, that was terrible. And so, just like that, it became a thing to where when that mindset shift, and send this to every grown man in your life. Send it to your brother if he grown or now about grown. Send it to your uncle. Send it to your dad. Send it to, if you're a woman watching this. If you're a man, share this with all your homeboys. And I'm going to wrap it up here soon. No longer than 30 minutes. But I'm going to tell y'all something. That's the secret weapon. This combo, what I just gave you, is a secret weapon. Because think about this. When you're not a victim, you feel like you could do anything. When you're not blaming nobody, when you're not mad with nobody, you feel like you could do anything. Let me tell you what the other thing is. The other thing is when you are at peace with women. So if you're single, I'm saying with women, with the gender of a woman, with women as a whole, you're not in competition. When you are at peace with women, when you are at peace with children, like think about this. Those guys in them files, the big name guys that was in them files, they wasn't at peace with children. So look how it destroyed their lives. They wasn't at peace with women. Look how it destroyed their lives. Look at P. Diddy. He doing time because he wasn't at peace with women. And so when you at peace with women and children, for one, two, you're gonna be at peace with men. You ain't gonna be trying to fight and be in strife with men either. But when you at peace with those who you are physically stronger than, those who you are put here to protect, think about the mind state and the mindset you got to be in to be arguing with a woman. You arguing with the person that you are stronger than. The Holy Bible says the woman is the weaker vessel. You arguing with someone that's weaker than you. Like someone who cannot whoop you, can't beat you. On a bad day, can't beat you, and you arguing with her. You gaslighting her. You manipulating her. You controlling her. You abusing her. That's a low level. That's a low level of thinking. That's a low level of living. It's impossible for you to get what your creator has access to for you when you are mistreating the being that he asked you to protect. I used to be that man. I used to be that toxic man. And guess what? When I was that toxic man, guess what I was? Broke, busted, and disgusted. But when I shift that mindset, my mind unlocked. I could see ideas, visions, plans, and I could activate. So I started to activate. So, man, when I started to activate, it was crazy because it's like, hold on, I done shift everything in my life. Like everything in my life has shifted. So now you get the favor, you get the blessings, you get the opportunity, you get the breakthroughs because you've shifted. You done shifted. So now when you shift, it's like, oh, I'm in a new space now. Like I'm clear. I could see, I could feel, I could be. So now your life changes and you're able to produce from a healthy space, a healthy place. And that right there, that changed everything for me. It literally changed everything for me. Because now what I create, it's gonna win. Cause I ain't blocking my blessings. I'm in the right place now. So being that my blessings not blocked, boom, I'm ready to rock and roll now. Ready to rock and roll. So that's what you got to realize and understand. Is you get to a place to where you can think, you can breathe, you can create. And the other thing, what I had to do is I had to choose faithfulness. And yes, that is also what I said earlier about like taking control of my vices. But I'm gonna say specifically, me being faithful to one woman. That right there now, that's a secret. That is a secret. And listen to me. Now, you want to be a millionaire with me? You want to be a billionaire with me? I'm going for the big B now. Now I'm going for the big B. Faithfulness. Listen, the last time I have watched porn was 18 years old in the dorm room with my college football teammates when I went in there to see what they was doing. And they was on a 13-inch TV and VCR combo set watching porn. And I sat in there for, I can't even remember because the TV screen was so small. And we were sitting on the floor. And then the two guys whose room it was, they was on their bed. One of them on the bottom, one of them on the top bunk. And the TV was so small, I couldn't even really see it. But it was a VHS of porn in there. And it was probably 8 guys to 10 guys in the room. The craziest thing I'd ever been part of, shame to even say it, but that is a secret why so many of these men are not married today, because of those spiritually gay moments. That's if you watch porn with other men, that's what I'm calling spiritual homosexuality. And all that right there. That was the last time. And I was in there and I'm sitting in there. I'm like, this is the lamest thing I never witnessed in my life. But it was just like a phenomenon. It was like I was trying to wrap my head around what was going on. And I probably was in there 10 minutes. And at one point, somebody said, meat check, and started grabbing everybody's arm, pulling them up to stand up to see if their thing was on hard. And after that, I had to go because I had a girlfriend who was in my room that I just got done sleeping with. So I'm out there getting the real thing now. But all these guys, they didn't have a girlfriend, or their girlfriend was back home, or they just went with their girlfriend at that time. She was in her room. And I just was mind boggled. So that's what I want to tell y'all. I'm 42. The last time I looked at porn wasn't even on my own volition. It wasn't even my phone, wasn't my device, wasn't my video. I just popped in my homeboy room like, what y'all boy doing in here? And that's what they were doing. That's the last time. I've been married 19 years. So that's one woman that I'm sleeping with. And remember, I think I said in this video where it was a day, and that could have happened twice, where I slept with 3 women in 24 hours. So to go from being that guy to being my freshman year of college, that first semester I slept with 14 girls. That first semester. That next semester I slept with another 14 girls. I slept with 28 girls my freshman year on a college campus with 1,600 people, and only 50 decent looking women on the campus. 28. And I tell that story because women don't realize that. And I was being picky. There were girls who was asking me to sleep with them that I said no to. I was being picky. And it was this young lady who was spreading rumors. I guess because I was on the football team, and I was, and I'm not gonna say this, I'm not saying this facetiously, or I'm not saying this arrogantly, but I was the most attractive on the football team too. And so I was sleeping with this young lady who shot a shot at me in the library. She shot her shot at me and asked me for my screen name. We used to have instant messenger back then, the IM, AOL IM, or somebody IM. And mine was Silent Essence 29, because my number was 29. And Silent Essence, because I was quiet. So I was the essence of silence. Well, listen not. Hey, because I used to be quiet, so I was mysterious. And I was up there in college knocking them all. And guess what? That 28 was all, I think, that 28 was all white women. We ain't had no black women on the campus. We ain't had no black women. We had a few black girls from like DC, but they ain't look, and they either didn't have the look or didn't have the build. And because back then, you know, I'm at the top of the food chain, eight pack of abs, so I was picky. And so you had to have a little shape on you or something. And then after the young white lady, and she told all of the girls to where they just started IMing me, do you want to come over? And so it was so easy, and I ain't care no better, didn't know no better, didn't care no better. Go right on over there. Barely even say 2 words. And they was over there, legs open. So that's why I try to tell y'all, when I talk about like race and I talk about the different way women carry themselves, that never happened with a black female. That she just DM me and I could just go to her room and just have sex with her without even talking to her, without knowing her last name, without even barely knowing her first name. It never happened with a black woman. And so I say that to say, like, it is a difference. And there's a lot of black men put a lot of hate on black women when we actually got a very high standard of woman. Out of all the races, we got a very high standard of woman. And yeah, you're going to have bad apples in every race, but just overall as a collective, coming from a man that was out there, black women different. And I'm not saying, and I tell you the truth now, I could count on probably one hand of black women that was like a one night stand. And it just was the reality of it. They just make you work harder. They make you work more. Like it just how it was. And I was in West Virginia where the population was only 1% black. I literally was able to meet white women in the club and take them out to the car. Well, bound, thank you, ma'am. Come back in the club. And it was that easy. So you 18 years old, man, you even turn that down. You don't know no better. Like, hey, I'm diving off in. And so listen, the change that I made to go from being that guy to being 100% faithful, that's what helped me earn millions of dollars. Because guess what? All of that is sexual energy, and what Napoleon Hill called sexual transmutation, where you take that sexual energy and you transmute it into your business, and you use all that sexual energy that would get you wrought up and how you chasing women and how you sleeping with women, hunting and chasing and sleeping and getting and gathering and winning. You take all of that ingenuity, all that creativity, that the lines you got to come up with, the stories you got to come up with. I remember one time it was a sister in the mall, and she was bad, boy. Woo! Built how I like them to be built, boy. And I was so scared to talk to her. I had the flip phone. We had the flip phone back then. I flipped that thing open, went to the notes or to like a text message, and I typed, "Hey, I lost my voice, so I can't talk, but I wanted to know if you're single and if I could have your phone number." How about she wasn't single? She was dating a dope boy, but she was going to my college and living in my college apartments, and she gave me that phone number. How about that woman had me come over her house every day and I never got to sleep with her? How about because she had a boyfriend, she was talking to me like a little play toy? Oh, here go the little cute, nice boy. But I see her dope boy coming over with the big chain and all of that and coming in there, and that's who she was with. And I'll be in her room, never slept with her. That's black women, man. I never had that experience with a woman of another race. That black women, like, literally have me sitting in there, just talking. I'm just talking, running my mouth. And so she sent me some clients, because when I started selling a little weed, she sent me some clients. I got back into it. But I say that to say, me being 100% faithful, and a lot of men don't believe that. It's so many men that used to come on my page. They say, boy, he getting so much P, the P word. Boy, he's saying all this just to get some P. And they just could not believe that I'm 100% faithful. So here's the thing. I don't watch porn and I don't sleep around. So when you go and listen what I'm about to tell you now, and I'm going to forget something. Listen what I'm about to tell you. Right there up under the screen, DestiniOut.com, TonyGassinsAcademy.com, CoachFile.app, AskTonyG.com, MyMentor.life, TGFamily.org, Friendland.com, TGEliteHoops.com, TGEliteAcademy.com, BlackandFit.com, The Score app.ai. I just named you 11 websites that I own that generate revenue. How many other men, and especially black men, do you know got 11 different websites that could generate revenue? And I ain't name y'all my companies off of that. That's just the site. Gaskins Media Group, Gaskins Productions, Soul Writers, Virtue Tank, Gaskins Sports Management, had a restaurant, Tony G Corner Kitchen. My family just said it was too hard work for them. So if you're a chef and you like to cook, let's get into business. To get in the business, you're gonna be on your feet 13 hours a day now. So don't come crying. Find a little walk-up window that's $700 a month. Let's open us a business now. Give my portion now. We're gonna get started now. Sell what you want to sell. Reach on out to me. Got to go through the food safety class though now. Probably cost $35 now. And so here we are. All them businesses. So when people look at me, they see me and they be like, man, Tony got some life coach. But I'm watching his videos and I see that him and his family getting on a private jet. I see him sitting in this thing that look like an RV. That's a Sprinter van. I see him with this sports seat. That's a one-on-one Range Rover. I see him with this right here. See men see that stuff and they think it come from grifting. They think it come from me pandering. No, that come from lifestyle. That come from discipline. That come from ingenuity. That come from hustle and grind. While other men are jacking off, I'm creating. It's 4:48 p.m. and this is my second or third video of the day. I'm creating. I got a podcast that's on Spotify. I ain't even published it yet. I don't even promote it yet. I forgot to tell you about the podcast. It's called The Power 15. I also got a Substack where I'm writing an article Monday through Friday. It's also The Power 15. And so I'm trying to close my Patreon. Y'all go to the Substack, subscribe to the Substack. I got Tony Gaston Family Foundation Incorporated, where I raise funds to give back. I got somebody right now looking for me a building where I could open the Tony Gaston Learning Center. See, because I'm not sleeping around, because I'm not jacking off, because I don't have a work wife, a Facebook wife, or Instagram wife, I'm able to live my purpose and to create. I'm able to do business. I ain't mentioned the YouTube. The YouTube earned $20,000 to $25,000 a month. That's a whole job by itself. And all I'm doing is coming and sharing the wisdom that I've learned and that God has given me. That's it. So I'm trying to get y'all boys the secret. The secret is discipline. The secret is sacrifice. The secret is consistency. That's the secret. So you can't really read it because the light be on and because the light be shining up there because it got a glare. The secret is consistency. That's it. I need you to understand that. I need you to sacrifice. And it's like, no, yeah, I drink alcohol. Some men don't drink alcohol because they got an addictive personality or somebody like that right there. I drink alcohol and I don't get drunk though. The Bible say don't be no wine bibbler. The Bible say not to be no drunkard. So I have my little sip, a little whiskey, a little bourbon, little tequila, little margarita, all of that. But I didn't taste alcohol to the age of 22. I don't smoke because I don't want it to darken my teeth and I don't want to be smelling like smoke and I don't want black lungs, even though a bad liver from drinking alcohol might be just worse. But so everybody got their little vice, their little thing. But so I'm not coming on here saying I'm perfect, but anything I do is in moderation. My son be on the little things, the different little sites. Him and his friends, I try not to control them. I told him, like, son, hey, don't be doing that gambling, man. You know, don't be out there doing none of that. Like, stay off that stuff. And they know all about it. I went and check it out. So I might look at that and be like, y'all forgive me, I'll take this call real quick. Tony speaking. I'm doing great. How about yourself?
Good. I was just following up on this sales lead that I have in front of me. It looks like you're in need of some rooms for July 15th through the 19th.
Yes, sir. That's sorry about that. My boy summer program. We going to Chicago next week, and so I'm trying to get a group rate on some hotel. So one of y'all got a family rate on the Marriott or somebody. Y'all shoot me an email. But wanted to wrap this on up, and I want you to understand that I know every man wants to be financially set. I know every man wants to live his purpose. I know every man wants to have a happy and successful marriage with happy and successful kids, well-behaved, smart kids. regardless of whatever they may be born with or have to live with. I know you want to be in your children's life. I know you want to be with the woman of your dreams. And what I want to tell you is that it all depends on you, that you can have it all. It all depends on you. Who are you as a man? What vices have you? What are you doing on a day-to-day basis? How are you living your life when nobody's looking? What choices and decisions are you making? Are you living legal or illegal? Are you living pure or impure? That is what's going to determine your level of peace, your level of joy, your level of happiness, and your level of success. Who you are at your core, in your habits, in your decisions, in and out of the light. When somebody's looking and when nobody's looking, that's what's going to determine the quality of your life. And that's the one thing that I found that separates the peaceful from the unpeaceful is the decisions. It's not even about separating the rich from the broke, because it's people who are filthy rich and can't keep a woman. We seen leaders, big time leaders, thinkers, teachers. Bill Gates went through a divorce, billionaire. Jeff Bezos went through a divorce, billionaire. Elon Musk, I think they say he got multiple baby mamas. I don't think he got a wife, billionaire. Like Gary V, the little thinking, talking guy, that I know him from back in the day. Wrote him emails and stuff back in the day. He give a lot of advice. Millions of people online. Think he went through a divorce. Got all the talking heads, Stephen A. Smith, 20 or 40 million a year from ESPN, no wife. Shannon Sharp, biggest YouTube podcast, #1 YouTube interview in the history of YouTube with the Cat Williams, no wife. Deion Sanders, #1 African-American coach in the world, no wife. Like, money don't mean happiness. Money don't mean peace. Money don't mean success. But if you want to have it all, happy marriage, happy kids, happy life, good business, good money, because you don't need a lot of money. When I hit $500,000 a year, I could do anything I wanted to do. I heard a man say 2 million or something like that. That ain't even true. I could do anything I wanted to do at $500,000 a year. I could fly private if I want to fly private, because it's $10,000. I can get a G-Wagon. I can get a Escalade. I had a Maserati. At $500,000 a year, if you budget your money, you can do what you want to do. That $500,000 a year will get you approved for a $1.5 million house. And you're going to have to put down 20%. So that's 300,000. So you got to be, saving a little something. But, and if you, and if that 500,000 is coming through business, you ain't got to give 40% to taxes, because you got so many write-offs, and it's a lot that you get to do within your business. That's a part of life. And so that's why Warren Buffett say he paid less taxes than his assistant. And so you got to understand that too. So you don't need all the money in the world. Now, yeah, you want more. Yeah. 2 million a year would be great. Yeah, that's awesome. It definitely, at 2 million a year, it does feel absolutely insane. It does feel insane. Your checking account is always good. You ain't have no issues. But guess what? That 2 million might not be every year. That 2 million might be hit or miss. That 2 million might be this year, not next year. So it's highs and lows, it's ups and downs when it comes to that money, but you got to have peace within. Got to have peace within, and that's going to be determined by who you are in the dark. Hey, this is Tony Gasson. God bless you. All the important links in the description. Really appreciate y'all, and we'll talk soon.